Hi, it's Mike Albert here from Reveal Church. We've just done a consult with John. It's just been a fantastic time just hearing his wisdom and input. And one of the key things that I think is a game changer for our church that John shared with us is just changing up our main hall and just shifting a few things around and just going to create a different atmosphere. And also another thing that I think is a game changer is just tweaking our finances in terms of where we're giving and connecting that giving back to discipleship and connecting people to that. And I think that's going to be fantastic. So it's been awesome to have John with us and to share his wisdom and his heart with us. So thank you.
Hey there, my name's Rowan Bell. My wife Jill and I are the lead pastors at C3 Church, Camden, Picton and Thirroul, a 3-location church in the southwest of Sydney and the Illawarra region of New South Wales. And we recently had John with us to do probably what has been his probably 6th or 7th consult with Jill and I and our churches over the last 10 years. The very first one for us at C3 Thirroul with John coming and doing a consult specifically there. And I just want to commend John to you. He is definitely worth getting in to do a consult. If you feel like you're in a season where you may be stagnated or not sure what the next steps are to bring your church through the last few years and take it forward, I can highly recommend John to you. He will come and you'll hear from the floor of your people in your church, your key leaders. He'll give you a sense of practical, doable next steps that you can take. He won't overwhelm you with too much, but he does give you enough to really get you excited and the team excited. I can tell you our team is really excited about employing the strategies that he's given us. It's definitely worth the investment, not to mention the opportunity to have John coach you in an ongoing capacity following the consult for 12 months or so. Cannot recommend enough getting John to come from Grow a Healthy Church. Don't wait any longer. Reach out to him. I know you'll be blessed if you do. Cheers.
Hi everyone, my name is Daryl Sype from Westside Church of Christ in Brisbane here. We've just had a consultancy with John Finkelde, our second one, after about 15 months, and I just want to say how valuable it's been to have John visit us again, particularly as a follow-up. It's great to be able to look at some things, because in ministry, it's easy to just get caught up in the day-to-day stuff, the sermon next week and whatever else has to be done. I think it's really important to be able to, one, look back, on the consultation recommendations, and we've been able to look back and John encouraged us on how many of those things we've actually put in place. And someone coming in with fresh eyes can say, well, look, the church is in a far better place than it was 12 months ago. And some of the things that we've put in place really help our health. So it's good to be able to take a step back and look at that big picture, and then again set some things for the next season, to see what we're going through, to see what priorities we should be putting our focus and attention on, as well as just going through the day-to-day stuff, look at the big picture. So John's done that with us. It's been very valuable, I think, to us as a church and for me personally, and I'd recommend it for any pastor or any church who really wants to take a courageous, hard look at yourself and see what needs to be done to map out for a better future for you in this next season. It's certainly been a challenging one as we've been through COVID and lockdowns and floods here in Brisbane and everything else. It certainly has been, in my 35 years of experience, the most challenging time I've ever been through in ministry. But it's good to look forward. It's good to look from a different perspective of what we can do to go through this next season of ministry. So I'd really encourage you. Thank you to John and the team at Grow a Healthy Church, and I hope you can get on board as well.
Hi, James from C3 Revitalized Church on the Gold Coast. We just had a fantastic weekend with John Finkelde, and we're looking forward to becoming a healthier church. We've got a couple of things, and personally, some things for me to focus on. We're going to be focusing on our visitor pathway, and also I discovered that doing less sometimes is more. Our church is around about 50 people, but we want to be a significant church in our community. We have some great fields around our church right now, but you know what? We really do want to do some great things and raise up leaders and have broader impact. That meant we need to get some help, and so glad for the time with John. Change is okay, and our team has been embracing the change and embracing this time, but we're all very excited, and we feel like we've got some practical things to bring into our church world now and just do a work for God here. So I highly recommend getting John. He's fun, he's very practical and completely disarming. I mean, having a look at all of your systems in your church could be fearful for some, but you know what? If you embrace it in the right way, it'll be a blessing to your life, blessing to your church. Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Chris from Grow Church. We just had a fantastic time with John doing a follow-up consult on what we did a few years ago, and that's just been a wonderful time. We see the growth and the development that's occurred over the time since the first consult, and a lot of the things that John has suggested to us that we implemented, and just to see the fruit of those things. And this time that we've just had with John has just been wonderful, just reflecting and reviewing and just looking at ourselves, having a good look at myself personally, but also in the life of the church. And we're really looking forward to the next season, and really appreciate the support of John, his wisdom, his encouragement and insight, and just a fresh set of eyes. It's just so wonderful and illuminates everything that we're doing. So we're very grateful to John. Highly recommend to anyone. If you had a consult before, also definitely do the follow-up, well worth it. If you haven't done a consult, you really need to. It will change you and it'll change your church. I really appreciate John. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Pastor Blake here from Devonport Church of Christ in Tasmania. This has been our fourth consult with John Finkelde from Grow a Healthy Church, and it's been an absolutely fantastic time. You know, if you're a senior leader, the truth is that you have a responsibility and stewardship to move your church forward and to the next season and the next step that God has for you. And a great way to do that is to get John to come and do a consult for your church. Maybe you feel a little bit stuck. Maybe you don't know what your next steps are. I can guarantee you that when you get John to come, spend a few days with you doing a church consult, that he will give you clear next steps, tools and practical steps that you can implement the very next day, which is really exciting. So I'd encourage you to get John to do a church consult with you. So give him a call today. What are you waiting for?